Hi everyone, today's podcast is brought to you in association with Veer Clothing. It's an urban clothing brand based down in Inverclyde, but selling around the country and spreading further afield than that. We're so lucky to have them for a sponsor for a couple of episodes. If you don't know, Veer is a Scots word. It's a Gaelic word that means strength or vigour, power. So it's a wonderful, powerful clothing design that's smart, comfortable, practical. They do t-shirts, hoodies, jumpers, bags, you name it. I've got a hat here as well. They've got wonderful logos. I could put it on. I mean, I look maybe not the best in it, but the hat itself looks incredible. As they're a fan of our show, as we are of their brand, they're giving listeners and viewers an official discount, 15% off if you use the discount code SWDF 2026. Their website that you need is www.veerstaig.com. That's VIRRSTAIG. Staig obviously meaning stag as well. So it's a great Scottish brand. Please do check them out. We're lucky to have them. Thanks for listening. Cheers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Stop Watering Dead Flowers. As you'll know, tradition dictates that I usually read out one of your stories or tell you something that's happened to me in the last week. And this is such a pathetic one, but it's a quintessential example of the kind of things we're talking about in this show. And I have not been able to stop thinking about it. I did a performance, if you can call it that. I did a gig for, I don't know if I should say specifically in case they find out and read too much into this, but it was an Aberdeen Football Club related corporate. I've said too much already. But it was a wonderful day. I was lucky to be asked. I loved doing it. It was so cool. And sometimes you feel quite nice after you come off the stage, not like Kilwinning. You know, you come off thinking that's gone well. People were saying we enjoyed the set, great. Everyone seemed happy, the bookers seemed happy, the promoters seemed happy. But then a few days later, after I'd sent invoice, and I got one last email from one of the organising committee, and she wouldn't have even meant anything by this, but this is how insecure and pathetic it can feel sometimes. She sent an email back saying, "Thanks very much for sending this over. Just to say again, thanks for coming. A lot of people really loved your set." And I've not been able to stop thinking about the wording. A lot of people seem to like your set. I'm like, a lot?
But not all.
So not you and not everyone. So people, well, maybe a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people liked your set. A lot of people. And I can't stop it. That's all I think about at night now. In my head now, what she really meant to say is, some people did. But certainly not the majority. It might as well have been Kilwinning. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Stop Watering Dead Flowers. Stop watering dead flowers. I'm delighted to say this week in the garden, that's our kind of weird way of saying things, we have the wonderful Magda of Rude Cookies fame. And for anyone that has never experienced Rude Cookies or hasn't been there,
Shame on you.
Shame on you first and foremost, but you absolutely have to check it out. I was going to say, what would be like the best way of describing it, even though the very title of the bakery and cafe really does what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
But if someone was like, what is Rude Cookies? How do you usually describe it?
We usually say, because people usually think root cookies and they think we put something
Right.
in the cookie dough that
really?
it's, yeah,
Kind of
that's
Viagra
usually,
cookies.
no, like more like a wheat cookies. For some reason, that's like
Why
the
did
most
I
common.
go to Viagra? Wow.
Yeah, that's the most common misconception. So we usually say that it's basically adult humor.
Adult humour is a good way
Very,
of putting it.
I would not even just adult humor, like very Scottish
Yeah.
Glasgow humor, because I think what we do works so great in Glasgow because you guys have the best sense of humor. And
Yeah.
I just love it. I don't think if I was doing what I'm doing where I am from,
Yeah.
like they would probably burn us alive.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's bold and brash, and it feels very Glaswegian
Yeah.
as a brand, and it's like funny insults or names. It's different body parts. But then the amazing, not the amazing thing, but the best part of it, I think, is that then it's these beautifully made,
Yeah, I think it's the
wonderful
contrast
cookies.
because you see something beautiful and cute and colorful, and then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're not all like. I think when you go past, and sometimes people might see maybe the rudest examples or the funniest examples. Then I'm sure the last time where I was in, I bought one for my wife, and it was like a little raccoon in a bin where he's like,
yeah.
"You're my trash" or something.
To me, you're trash.
To me, you're trash.
Yeah.
So they're wonderful, and then the kind of obscure random link that we have is that for anyone that wasn't aware, but I don't assume everyone's ever seen these sketches, but Magda also starred in one of the Duncan and Judy Murray sketches for us, and not only did you star in it, but you made the cookie that we used in it of Andy Murray.
Very tasty looking cookie.
A tasty looking Andy Murray, a naked Andy Murray that just had a tennis racket covering his tennis balls, let's say. And it was so funny and it looks so good. And he's not the only celebrity you've done. There's been a few. I know we were talking about, I think, Matt Rife in terms of comedy, but Lewis Capaldi, was that one of the first big ones?
And I managed actually to give the cookies to Louis in person.
Nice.
And he gave me a hug. Yeah, so lucky.
My goodness. But you must, I feel like the business has really grown and boomed, that you must get now so many mad, unusual requests for people and businesses and things because it's so unique.
Yeah, we get a lot of orders that are very unusual, and unfortunately, we cannot show them anywhere because we would get cancelled immediately. So yeah, it's beautiful art, but it's just we cannot post it anywhere. Like I think one of the most maybe shocking cookies I've made in my life was I don't even know how to put it in words. A guy basically requested a cookie of him and his girlfriend.
Wow, going at it.
Yes.
Wow.
Like a close up, and he sent us picture, like literally.
He sent a picture.
Yeah.
Of them.
Yes.
Going. Wow.
Not of them, of their body parts.
Okay.
Connecting.
Wow.
Yeah. And I painted that cookie, and it was beautiful.
That is wow.
Yeah.
What I wonder if he was buying it as a gift.
Yeah, it was a gift for her, and she loved it.
She loved it.
She loved it, yeah.
I wonder do you think they ate it or just like kept it as this unique thing? Or I guess it's wow.
I would probably frame it.
The mind wanders. That's incredible. But then it probably wasn't even that unusual by the time you got a request like that through.
Oh, we've got plenty.
You're just like, oh yeah, cool. That's
there
what you
was
want.
one lady that ordered cookies from us, and she wanted cookie to celebrate her and her husband's first anniversary of pegging.
Of pegging?
Yeah.
Wow. You need a good hard bit of icing.
I mean,
for that.
I think everything should be celebrated.
Everything
should. And she came to collect it in person. Like we usually like post
bold.
things. She was like the cutest blonde, like cute lady.
I'm here for my pegging
and she
cookie.
wasn't like embarrassed or anything, and she loved it. Yeah.
That is
one of my
incredible.
favorites. That was one of my favorite orders.
Yeah, I was going to ask that if there is a lot of just online ones, so then it's a bit of anonymity.
Yeah.
In the same way that people were probably like even just too embarrassed to go and buy something.
That's why people feel so like we are a safe space for the kind of orders, and we post them out, so we don't really need to collect them in person, but you can.
Well, there you go, guys. If you're thinking, I wish I'd had a cookie of this particular weird thing, you can get it.
There's no limits.
Made to order.
Anything.
and eat.
Yes.
I was going to ask that about you must see people passing in front of the shop, that sometimes they're like, oh, what's that? Or, in the same way that sometimes you'll see groups of guys outside like Ann Summers or something where they're like sheepishly waiting to go in. But then once you've been in, like I've been into the store and it is so friendly and welcoming, but you must get people that maybe have walked past a couple of times before they then come in.
Or usually like men feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Especially on the way out from the toilet when they have to grab the door handle.
I don't even want to ruin it for people, but it's worth going into Rude Cookies alone
just to grab that handle.
To grab the handle, okay?
It's
that's all we'll say. Sean's
nice
giving me a funny look.
It's beautiful. beautiful in Golden.
It is a very unique place, and the coffee's great as well.
Yeah, and
not
matcha.
just cookies.
Best matcha in town.
Has there ever been, and I don't want to ruin anything that might come up in any of your stories in terms of the podcast format, but has there ever been, you're saying everything's fine, all great, but have you ever had a request where you've really gone, oh, I don't know if we can do that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we did. I can't really remember what was it. But we don't do, people think we would do like anything, but anything as long as it's not disrespectful.
Yes, aye.
Racist.
Yeah,
or like, I don't know, hateful, you
yeah,
know?
Yeah.
So as long as it's like funny and in a good taste, yes. But like if it's like really offensive,
aye,
then no.
Good decision.
We said no a few times, yeah. I can't really remember what it was, but it was really bad. So, yeah.
It must be really bad considering what you've said is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So let's think about that.
Yeah.
The other thing I really like, which is another thing that I'll just bring up before we get into the format of the podcast is, and before we come on, we were talking a little bit about, I love the fact that you guys as a business and as a small independent business have embraced social media and probably realised the power of it in the same way that, you know, music and comedy and anyone in the creative arts really has to do. But it feels like you guys you've got a unique business, but then even raised the bar for social media usage, because I think a lot of people will struggle with like trolls or people doing rubbish comments, but you guys respond to them in the best way. Like if you're not even following Rude Cookies online, you have to, because anytime something comes up, it's like, it used to just even be like funny posts, but now you'll like make a whole sketch out of like totally just putting them back in their box.
They're just giving us, you know, material to work with. And I'm always surprised that people still haven't learned that we're gonna use it against them. Yeah. And we're gonna use it to our advantage. And it always goes viral. So every time there's like a hateful comment, I'm like, thank you very much. Screenshot. And I'm gonna use it. So I love it. I honestly love it. Like, I feel like it's really cute and funny that people think that we can get offended. Yeah. Or like someone's gonna, I don't know, a stranger on the internet is gonna like affect me or how I feel, or...
Yeah, like, mate, I'm over here making pagan cookies. Come on. I can take it.
Like, there's nothing you can say to us or about us as a business or as people to offend us, because at the end of the day, it's, you know, you're just like an anonymous, sad troll with too much time on your hands, and you just like...
He should be a comic, honestly. The put downs are incredible. And speaking of, when you're saying that you can't offend us as well, you should say it's well, there's a whole team of you now as well, but you and, is it Aga as well, are the kind of two real, you know, co-founders behind it. Big shout out to Aga, who couldn't be here today as well. And did it basically started around COVID time? Was that the first time it was like trying to do something different? And
it was never meant to be a business.
Right.
It wasn't a business idea. It wasn't a business plan. I've been baking for about, I think, 13 years now. And I actually met Aga. She was one of my customers.
Right.
I made her and her husband a wedding cake. And that's how we met. And I knew immediately that she's going to be my best friend. Like, I knew it.
Their wedding cake was of them having...
No! No. At the time, everything was still normal. And then COVID happened, and I was just like really... I mean, I think everyone was pissed off, fed up, depressed. And I was making cookies for Christmas. I always do Christmas cookies.
Right.
And I just wanted to like pour my anger out somehow.
Yeah.
So I started writing like swear words on them.
Right.
On like cute Christmassy cookies with like a snowman and like...
Yeah, because it wasn't the most Santa, Christmassy happy
like
time.
Nice. And so I wrote some, I can't remember what it was, just some like really offensive slogans on them, and I took pictures and sent them to Aga, and she was like, immediately, I'm creating an Instagram page for this. Like, people have to
That's
see
a
this.
good friend, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
and then 5 minutes after it was all, and we had the exact same idea at the same time, and we typed root cookies at the same time, and we were doing this just like for fun, just to entertain.
So it was
people.
It was just your equivalent of like banana bread, really, when people were doing stuff in COVID.
Yeah, I was doing that as well.
Only yours turned into
yeah.
Rude banana bread doesn't have the same ring to it.
We just wanted to make people laugh and cheer people up. But then people started requesting those, so we were like, cool, why not? And then at some point we just like exploded.
Yeah.
On Instagram. And
do you remember if there was one particular cookie or like a picture of something mad that everyone was like, yes?
I think it was around Valentine's Day, and we made like a few like heart-shaped cute cookies with very, very, very rude stuff on it. And I think that was it. People went absolutely crazy. So we took, I think, biggest risk, and we decided to find a unit because my house was like cookies were everywhere, boxes, my fridge and my oven like dying, and we're like, yeah, we need to find a space because this is getting serious, you know. So we found like a little, really ugly looking unit, and we've been working from there, just the two of us, for about 9 months, I think.
Right.
And then again around Valentine's.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's
again.
A great time, I suppose, for people to see.
And every year around Valentine's Day, it goes like, it doubles the amount of orders and it just goes bigger and bigger. So then we found a bigger unit.
Wow.
It's like every year it was another like milestone for us as a business, and something massive was happening. And then like brands started reaching out and ordering stuff from us. And here we are.
Here we are. Well, listen, it's a great story. It's wonderful that it's just this little independent business has really exploded and boomed in Glasgow. And I'm delighted to have you on here. In terms of the format of this podcast, how did you find coming up with stories? Are you someone that is quite bad for holding on to things and kept awake, or are you quite good at letting things go?
The thing is, I really struggled to find something.
Right.
Because I feel the way my brain works is, I think it's just like filtering out all the bad experiences from the past. So I was trying to find something from my childhood and I couldn't. So I think the way my brain works is more like piss on it and move on, rather than water the flowers.
And that's not the policy for the cookies, okay? Unless you want that, and then that's a private order.
But at the same time, I am a huge overthinker.
Yeah.
And oversharer. So I think for me, this is like one of the things that keeps me awake at night. Like, why the fuck did I say that?
Right.
Because I do this at the cafe with the customers a lot.
Oh, I see.
I cannot do small talk at all. I can't do small talk like, how are you? What are you doing after this?
You go straight to serious big stuff.
Like, why would you ask me that? Or why would I ask you that? Like, I don't care. I don't know you. I don't care what your plans are after this, you know? We don't know each other. Yeah. It just feels so unnatural to me to ask those questions. So we just jump into like childhood traumas and stuff, you know? Or like really personal things, you know?
That's good.
So things like this.
Cooking a bit of therapy when you go in, you know?
Yeah. And maybe not things from my childhood, but like as a foreigner.
Right.
I came here to... I arrived at Glasgow, I think it was 2006. I was about, 19 years old?
From Poland? Or
from Poland. And my English was very basic, like super basic. And on top of that, Glasgow accent is super difficult. Yeah. I did not understand a word. Nothing. And I was like, okay, I'm going back home because what is this language? And also things that you guys don't realize, that even if someone speaks English, like basic English, there are some phrases that just don't make sense to us.
We say it different, yeah.
Or things like, hi, how are you? For example, like we don't do that in Poland. We don't ask each other. But if we do, we say hi or good morning.
Right.
If you ask someone, they will tell you.
Right. This makes sense with the don't like small talk thing.
In the past, if you would say, "Oh, hi Magda, how are you?" I would tell you with detail. And I would tell you everything, like, oh, my boss is a dick, my dog's got diarrhea and I didn't sleep well last night and I hate this, blah, blah, blah. And we love to complain. And it's always like, sort of like a competition, who's got it worse. Right. Like, that's nothing, my life is worse. And that's what we do, So if you don't want to know, just don't ask.
Don't ask.
Right?
That's great.
It's not like, "Hi, how are you?" "Oh, I'm great." I'm not.
And have you had to adapt that now? Do people just say, "How are you?" and you go, "Yeah, fine"?
Yeah. Now, like, I get it now. But like in the past, people must have been like, "The hell is her problem?" Like.
I wish we did do that though. That'd be good.
Yeah.
This bodes well for the podcast though, because it sounds like after this you'll be like, "I can't believe I said all that."
Yeah. Oh, definitely. That's for sure. Yeah. Or things like, "See you later."
See you later.
I will not see you later. Like, is there something happening that I'm not aware of? Like, or see you after. After what? What do you mean? See you later. Like, when? I will never see you again. So, yeah.
I never really thought about it like that.
Things like that. And they don't teach you that in school in Poland. Like,
right.
They teach you like basic stuff. And then you come here and you're like, "See you later." Where? What time? So things like that. Yeah.
I'll have to be careful when I say goodbye later.
Yeah.
I don't say anything.
You guys don't realize, like, this is not the kind of English that is being taught.
You don't find this on Duolingo.
No.
Catch you after, pal.
Exactly. Or like, "What's for tea?"
Yeah.
Tea?
Oh, I see. Right, for your dinner, yeah.
What are you having for your tea? I'm like, what do you mean?
I forgot what you meant then. I was like, your tea, what's the problem?
Yeah. So things like this are weird. I mean, used to be, because I've been living in here for like
we kept you on your toes and now you're practically Glaswegian.
Yeah.
Given the stuff I've seen written on the cookies now, you've got it.
Yeah, I feel more Glaswegian than Polish actually.
Yeah.
I feel like I go back home and I just don't belong anymore.
Right. You're like, "See you later, guys." And they're like, "What?"
"See you after." And they're like, "What?" Yeah, because Scottish people have totally different mentality.
Right.
And I love it.
I was going to say in a good way.
In a good way. Like, so open and friendly and best sense of humor.
This is great stuff to hear, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like then sometimes we go other places and you always think better of somewhere else, I think,
No. I mean, I don't want it to sound like bad, like I love, who I am and where I'm from, but we have totally different mentality. We love to complain.
Yeah.
And we don't do small talk.
Maybe I should go there.
It's just like, "Good morning, hi, bye." That's it.
I think I'd love to go over there and just complain all the time.
Yeah.
Set up my own bakery.
We don't smile
cookies.
as well. They say we do like the Slavic stare,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't really smile much.
Well, I'm glad we got to adopt you over here. This is great.
Yeah.
So if there was a first story, you were saying childhood was too difficult to pick one.
Yeah.
Where was the first one that you managed to pluck?
I've got one that it's a cake story.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and it's a really good one. And it's been keeping me awake for a long time.
Perfect.
So basically, a customer ordered a cake from us. And the way it works is you go on our website, you fill out a form, and you tell us what flavor, what color, how many portions, blah, 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 and what text you want on your cake.
Right.
So in the text box, the customer said she wants, "So happy I'm 30," and then the word "shit." And she said she wants the word "shit" to really stand out. Right?
Yeah.
So that's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
And I'll show you. Right?
Great.
Because you have to see it. Wait, let me find the image.
So far it sounds straightforward. Yeah. This sounds good.
So far so good. So this is the cake, right?
So happy I'm 30. Shit. Perfect. That's what she's asked for there. Ideal.
Right? Wrong. Because fast forward like a year, right? Me and Aga were, I think, traveling back from somewhere, and we were just like scrolling on our phones on the back of a car. And suddenly I saw a picture of, I think it was either decorated cupcakes or something with "so happy I'm 30." And I froze. I'm like, fuck, this is what she meant. Oh. So basically, if you write those words like one underneath the other, it spells shit.
Oh,
right?
No.
And we were like, holy shit.
Like the S is for happy, and then H happy.
And we felt so embarrassed. I was like, this is so bad. And it's been like a year and she never said anything. She picked up the cake, looked at it, smiled.
Oh, wow.
Never said a word, right? So I was like, fuck, this is bad. And then we realized not only we made a huge mistake, but probably everyone at the party was laughing at us.
Yeah.
For getting this so wrong. So I made a video about it because I was like, this is too good. Like, this is too good. I have to tell this story because it's like, I want this customer to reach out and tell us why you never told us.
Because then we don't like to complain over here. So she's probably just like, I better not say.
So I made a video about it and it went super viral on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. And she did reach out to us and she was like, you know what? I just thought it was so funny. It made the party so much better. And she just, everyone was laughing at our expense, unfortunately, but yeah.
Oh, I wish I could have seen it when she opened it the first time.
Thankfully, we got so many like cake orders after that.
Yeah.
And someone ordered the exact same.
Just actually wanted it to say
and
shit.
This time we got it right, so that's...
So happy. See, look, that's what it was supposed to look like.
Yeah, we were like, so happy I'm 30 shit. Weird, but okay.
She should have been more specific. Because do you know
it's
what?
not our fault, right?
Yeah,
thank you.
Just the other week, someone was telling me, and no one could remember the name of it. That's half the problem. There's a name for that type of thing where you start, and it's like a poem. It's called like an allegory or I don't know. There's a name for when you write something with the first letter of each sentence, but nobody knows what that word is. I'm sure someone listening. It's kind of like an anagram, but it's not. But see, she didn't know the word probably.
Exactly. Not our fault.
It's your own fault.
But yeah.
That's a cracker.
Yeah. And it honestly, it was keeping me up all night. And I was like, no, I need to do something. Yeah. I'm going to own this mistake.
I'm just picturing.
And also use it to our advantage.
Yeah.
We always do. So,
Her friends and family at the birthday party. Her mum. Why have you got shit written on your cake?
This cake is shit.
This is great.
So that's probably like the only one I can think about of like
a specific one that
flower that we've been
watering
for a long time.
Oh my dear! But how good's that then? That you just don't, as you say, piss on it and move on is actually good. That should be on a cookie.
Yeah,
that'd be good for a t-shirt.
Yeah,
nothing else has bothered you too much. But you say you are an overthinker at times as well. Yeah. But is that more about what's coming up or what's doing rather than stuff in your past?
Yeah, I think it's I'll overshare, then I go home, I'll overthink.
Right.
And then out of my mind, you know?
See, that's probably why you're like, no, I actually do have more stories, but I don't want to overshare them.
Yeah, I do this a lot. And I'm like, Magda, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I do this at work. I do this with strangers. And yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
Let's try and find one out of stuff you've been doing anyway, though. Like, as like you were saying, because it is great, as I say, the social media stuff. Has there ever been a time where you've went, oh, maybe we shouldn't have replied in that way or gone back? Has there ever been anything online where you've went, I don't know?
I don't know. I think maybe it wasn't like an embarrassing story, but like I feel there was one like very controversial thing that we did, and the entire Glasgow was talking about it, and people were talking about it on the radio, newspapers, and people creating content, having their own theory about it. When we posted about how it makes us upset when people come to the cafe and they bring their own coffee.
Ah, that's a good discussion starter.
And that was really... People took this like out of the context and like used it against. I mean,
why would people go to a cafe with their own coffee though? That is unusual.
The thing is, we've been operating from where our bakery right now is, and our bakery used to be bakery/cafe because we had like a wee shop front, coffee machine, cookies you could grab, and it was like collecting point for cakes and like custom orders, blah blah blah. And for like 3 years, people would say to us, "Oh, such a shame there's nowhere to sit down,
right.
to have your, your cookie, your coffee," because people would travel from afar,
I bet,
from different cities, countries, just to grab their stuff and go. Because we are in like a really big industrial building, there is no space for tables and chairs.
Yeah,
not inside of the building, not outside. Like there is just no space. So for 3 years we were getting that kind of feedback. So we were like, I think it's time to give people what they want. And we opened the cafe and we put all of our life savings and everything we had into creating this cafe. And then at the very beginning, obviously there was a huge hype and it was like super busy, but like over time it kind of, naturally the hype goes down. And people were still like coming in, grabbing their cookies and leaving. And I was like, guys,
this is what you asked for here.
What you asked for. And what people don't understand, and what people didn't understood from what I was trying to say, maybe I was not expressing myself correctly because I am a foreigner. English is not my first language, and maybe sometimes, I don't know, I'm using the wrong words or the wrong tone, I don't know. But we don't really need the cafe to sell our product.
Yeah.
We sell online mostly, like 90% of what we do gets posted, and we post across the UK. So we don't need to pay rent for another, premises to sell our cookies, because we don't. So the idea was, and usually cafes make money on coffee because it's something that you make the most profit on.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. People were still using us as a cookie shop rather than a coffee shop. So I was trying to explain that, and people just like took it completely out of the context, and they started saying like, root cookies are blaming customers for their failure, blah blah blah, and like basically they were trying to say that we are angry at our customers because the cafe is not busy enough. And people started making up stories about us, and they were not really nice. And I must say, this was probably the only time when it, like, all the hate really did affect us, like big time, like mentally. I was crying for days. I didn't want to leave my house. I was like, I'm done.
Did you think about closing the
Oh yeah. I couldn't cope, because we were getting like really disgusting messages like, go back to your own country. God. You lazy cunts.
People.
Things like that. And people really like misunderstood the whole message. On the other hand, the other, like, the people that understood the message, like other business owners and customers, they showed us like so much support, and the cafe was so busy.
I bet.
Like we were so busy. We probably sold more coffees in a day than we normally would in a month. We ran out of everything. Like
people came out and were like,
cups, coffee, like everything was gone. And some people were saying, "Oh, this is such a great, marketing strategy," which it was kinda, but like we did not expect.
You're like, oh,
so much.
Lazy cunts would make a good
people
cookie.
Started like really making up stories about how we don't really care about our barista skills, because this is just a cookie shop. And if you are complaining about not selling coffees, why is the place called Root Cookies? Why is it not called Root Cafe? And I was like, do you go to, I don't know, Black Sheep Cafe expecting a black sheep in there? Like it's just a name. Like I don't need to have a coffee or a cafe on my banner for people to understand. Like, you walking in, there's a coffee machine, there's a smell of the coffee, and people started saying like, I didn't even know this place sells coffees. I've been there a few times and I didn't even see a coffee machine. What do you mean?
Nowhere is called coffee.
Yeah.
Nowhere has that in the title. That's mad.
But we also do chocolates and cakes, and so should we change our name to Root Cookies Cafe, cakes, chocolates, and whatever else we make? You know,
have to be so literal.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I think it's always important to remember that you can underestimate, can't you, sometimes, how many just maniacs and idiots there are online.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we are aware that there's lots, but there's even more than we think.
People like started like digging into like our personal stuff, and it was so bad. Yeah. It was so bad.
It's but
at the same time, there was so much love and support.
Yeah.
And other like small business owners were like, I wish I could say those things as well. I wish I was this bold.
Yeah, yeah.
Because people these days, unfortunately, are following hypes and like supporting massive chains, you know, Starbucks or Costa. Like, they will always survive. Yeah. And small business owners, like, we really struggle. Everything is so expensive now. And, you know, if we don't sell coffee, what's the point of keeping
having that whole
because like I don't need this to sell my product. Like, this is like an extra. This is what we created for people to have, you know, nicer experience so they can. I'm not saying they don't do this at all.
Yeah.
You know, just, you know, it's I don't know. To me, it's just weird to go to a cafe with coffee. It's like going to a restaurant with your own sandwich, you know, like, you don't do that. You just don't. So, yeah.
I did want to take a sandwich, actually. But it was kind of by mistake to order more. I apologise, order more. I had a wee sandwich under the table and I had it with the soup, and I do feel bad about that.
And now I fear like this is going to happen again. Like, you're going to cut this up and people are going to be like, Root Cookies hating on their own customers. Please don't do that.
Not at all. We're here to
I
promote.
will not survive this mentally.
We're promoting and celebrating everything good about small Scottish independent businesses and people creative. So this is great. Everything you've just said there makes absolute sense. If anything, it's common sense, and it just shows how wild people are online, because you could post anything. We were saying that.
No idea.
You could post absolutely anything, and there's always going to be people that just find the opposite in that thing.
Have you seen that one? A guy sent us a message like, "You dirty slut, kill yourself," blah blah. And I wrote this on a cookie. Yeah. Hey, he was like, "Hey, you dirty slut, blah blah blah, kill yourself." Can't remember, something like really disgusting. I was like, you know what? You made like so much effort to just create this Instagram account just to send us this one message. I'll make a cookie for you.
That is,
you can only feel sorry, because I always say happy people are nice people. You know, like, if someone is that nasty.
Yeah, what's going on in their life? Miserable.
Exactly.
But it's pathetic behaviour. But it must be, is it ever kind of scary if you're getting stuff like that? I mean,
there was one girl also. Oh, yeah, there was this one situation where someone from London, a girl from London, she wanted us to make her cupcakes.
Yeah.
And we don't make cupcakes, like, at all. And then she was like, oh, but it's so simple, you know? So we people sometimes are maybe a little bit shocked, but we are a little bit cheeky, like,
but online, in a good way.
In a good way, but not everyone can take it. So we were a little bit cheeky, and we were like, okay, if it's so easy, then why don't you just make them yourself? And then she also wanted them posted to London. Like, there's so many bakeries in London. I'm sure there is someone that can make you cupcakes. And then she started saying things like, I'm going to destroy your business. Things like that. Leaving 1-star reviews. Like, I used to care so much about reviews.
Yeah.
But now, it's like, you can see just like 90% of our reviews are like 5 stars, great experience. And then there's those few 1-star reviews. And you can clearly see this is someone just, you know, trying to, I don't know, piss us off, but it just doesn't work like that. Yeah.
How much of a cupcake fanatic was this woman?
Yeah.
I'm going to destroy your business.
Yeah. She was like,
my cupcakes!
Good luck with this attitude. I'm going to destroy you. Like, someone forgot to take their meds today. So, yeah.
This is so funny. I wish everyone was just... I
love this about my business, that I can actually say whatever I want.
Yeah.
And I can get away with pretty much. I don't need to be like, customer is always right. No.
I feel like one of the comments I see the most, if it's on posts that you guys have put out or just in general, it's always just like kick-ass boss women, and just like this idea that you guys are like the kind of godfathers of the small independent business scenes. Don't take any shit. It's so funny. I love it. And there's a place...
Don't cut this one out.
No, yeah.
This is good.
There's a place in Vegas in America. Not that this is what you guys are like, but it reminded me of where people specifically go. Like, it's booked up months in advance. I think it's someone will say no, it's actually New York, but it's a cafe where people go into and all the staff are like purposefully rude.
Oh, Karen's Diner.
Have you been?
Yeah.
Have you been to it?
Yes.
Of course you've been to it. No way.
There is one in Birmingham.
Really?
Yeah. And we went there.
I didn't know that.
And we gave them cookies. And there's also a video on TikTok of that experience. And I think it's one of our most viral videos because they were actually nice to us.
Really?
They broke the characters because we gave them...
They loved it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I brought that up because I had no idea there was one over here as well, and that you had the connection.
I loved it.
And I'm going to Birmingham in next month.
There. I could easily work there.
I can see that.
I'll be, yeah. Aga, she hated it. She's an introvert, and she is like a totally different vibe. And she was like, "This is too much for me." Like, because it's so weird. It's like normally you go to a restaurant, and you are treated nicely, and you know, people are serving you in a like really nice manner, and they're like,
what do you want?
You know? And they're so good at it. I was so impressed.
That's...
But then we started giving them gifts, and they're like, "Oh, cookies, yay!"
This is so funny that you're like, I used to care about reviews, now I don't. And the customer's always right, no, they're not. And then this place, you're like, I could easily work there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would do it for free, honestly.
Gosh, we could do that. Wish we could do that as comics.
And very
like just
often
turn
people,
in the middle of a gig.
Very often people think that
I tell you exactly what I think of you. Kill winning.
Yeah, very often people think that this is what we do, and this is what you would expect going to our cafe, that we're going to be rude. But no, we are super nice.
Super, super nice. In fact, that was when I was there anyway with the filming thing as well. And then there was another girl that worked with you, and she was gutted because I think she was from America.
Oh yeah,
and
Sarah.
she was like, I don't want to leave because they're the best bosses I could have ever had. And she just loved it. The whole vibe was great in the store.
She was amazing. I miss her so much. Yeah, she had to go back home, unfortunately. But if I could, I would marry her to keep her here. She was the best, and people loved her. Yeah. She was a little bit cheeky. We allow our staff to be a little bit cheeky.
Yeah, yeah.
But no rude. No like, you know, you need to like read the room. You need to know who you can have this kind of interaction with. Not everyone is, you know. But she was amazing. Yeah, I miss her.
Have you ever had, this will be the last thing, I'm always fascinated because it is different and people are so, you know, there's a bit of a culture over here sometimes that when people are doing well or good, that people don't like it, or they almost don't like seeing sometimes people being successful, so they try and bring you down. But I wondered, like, actually at the storefront, if things have ever got to the point where there's like people trying to get people to boycott your shop or anything, or like pickets outside, or like...
No, I don't think so. I mean... When we posted that controversial thing, people were trying to cancel us, and they were like making up stories and saying that we should be cancelled for, I think, Matt Rife cookie. Yeah.
Oh, the Matt Rife. Yeah.
Because the people were saying that we promote domestic violence.
So silly.
How is that even making sense? I don't know.
We make cookies.
They're like, so disappointing. Women run business. And people were also shocked that we actually went to see him perform, which was amazing. And I feel as a comedian, you should be able to joke about absolutely everything. Because for some people, humor is a coping mechanism. And if, for example, I don't know, if I laugh at the joke about, I don't know, cancer.
Yeah.
There's people in my family, struggling with cancer. And it's better to laugh about it than to cry about it.
It lightens it and it gives
Same with, domestic violence. We posted that cookie and women were coming forward saying, no, laughing about it, it's good. Like, you should be able to laugh about absolutely everything. Some people don't have that kind of, sense of humor, but some people do. And there shouldn't be a line, because I think that must be so hard for comedians, trying not to offend someone. But if you need to be careful with what you're joking about, then, there is no way of doing it right,
Yeah.
Everyone is so easily offended these days.
Listen, don't joke about cupcakes.
Yeah.
Because there's a lady in London. She takes them very
Triggered.
seriously. Well, this is great. What is there any kind of future plans? Is there anything that Rude Cookies kind of aspires to do or grow any further? I mean, it feels like you're already just constantly busy in orders, but is it the kind of thing you would ever franchise out? You don't really need to.
Absolutely not.
No. Absolutely not.
Never. People are asking us all the time, are we planning to expand and open another cafe in Edinburgh, London, or America,
Yeah.
It would be really difficult for us to control the quality, first of all. People don't realize how difficult decorating is.
Yeah.
And you need to be there. And you need to train people, and it's such a long process. It takes...
It's a big skill. You both won awards as well, haven't you? You and Aga.
Yeah. We multiple. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not just good, it's award-winning levels of...
Yeah. And also I have to mention Aga, when I met her, she had zero experience. She never baked anything in her entire life, and she's such a fast learner, and now she is amazing. Yeah. Wow. Really, really good. But people don't realize that it's such a long process to learn the craft and to find people who can, and do that. So we don't want to open anything. No, if anything, we are planning to slow down.
Yeah.
Take a step back and live a life, because if you are a business owner and you constantly work and you are irreplaceable at your workplace, you are not a business owner, You're not successful. If you don't have people that you can rely on, if you cannot take a break, where's the success, I think time, it's the most,
precious commodity.
Yeah.
Listen, who's the Stephen Bartlett guy? Eat your heart out. We've got some good CEO chat going on now here as well.
So so far so good, and we decided that we are not working weekends, and every weekend we do things like hiking, cold plunging, switching off, because that's really difficult. As a business owner, you are constantly, even if you're away on holiday, you're off, you are always thinking about what's happening. There's always something going to shit. There is always some kind of drama with staff, with customers, with, things going wrong. And actually going on holiday is more stressful than being at work.
Yeah, because you're worried about
because you always have to be in touch. So
you'll have people listening to this.
There's always something.
How selfish are you guys going on holidays?
Yeah.
Why are you taking weekends off when you could be learning how to make cupcakes?
Exactly. We
non-stop.
got messages like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you guys are struggling, but you went on holiday. But come on.
Listen, as I say, it's tremendous. I would recommend everyone to go in at least once, but even just to go in is such a feast for the eyes. Even everywhere you look, it's so creative and different. But then
especially the toilet.
The toilet's wonderful. That's going to keep sounding weird until you actually go and you'll know why.
It's like a free biology lesson.
That's a great description.
/ art display.
But no, thank you very much for coming on. I'm sure I just said this to you before we started as well, but I think you would be a great comic. I really think you should come down here to the stand and do 5 minutes, because you're so direct.
I was told that before,
and
I was like, maybe one day. Yeah, I'll have some stories to tell, personally. No about baking or anything, but yeah.
And remember, you can catch Magda on the Duncan and Judy Murray sketch where Andy Murray retires. The cookie is quite something to behold.
Yeah, tasty.
Is there anything? I mean, sometimes I was going to go straight into like thinking it was like a comic or an actor. I'm like, have you got anything coming up? Anything you want to plug?
Yeah, I've got a gig.
Do you know, like a Rude Cookies book would be pretty cool.
In terms of visually, wow. We've been saying this for years. Some like recipes, some funny stories, some maybe drawings. Like we both are quite artsy, so yeah, that's definitely happening in the future if we find the time. But definitely and we are planning to do more stuff like merch.
Nice.
Yeah, things like that. And we want to teach as well. We want to do some online courses.
You're not giving back now as well.
Yeah.
Good people. How could anyone complain about these people? Thank you so much for coming on. I would say see you later or see you after, but
see you after.
But I don't know if I will. Thanks after what? Thanks to everyone for listening and watching. For those of you that continue to watch as well, we appreciate it. Thanks for those on Patreon. And thanks to Magda for Rude Cookies. Check them out. You wouldn't regret it.
God, I was sitting like this the whole time. Jesus Christ. Why nobody told me?
What a perfect place to end.